What going YouTube, man? It's your boy J Smalls. I'm coming at y'all buzz with another video, man. And today we're reacting to college basketball games are officially coming back. Now I know we were all wishing, you know what I'm saying, they brought these Johns back. I thought if they did, it was gonna be a little minute. But I low-key never thought they were going to bring it back, bro. I'm not going to lie. All the schools they got to put it in, it's far more than college football. All the arenas, all of that. I'm like, there's no way they bringing it back. But I woke up to this gym this morning. Let's see what my dog Eric Mayweather talking about. But if you guys zoom in and click on this video, I truly do appreciate you for watching. For I'm saying, hopefully you're having a fantastic, incredible day. And shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to be here, allowing God to be here, and just everything He's done for us. Truly. Thank you, Jesus. But with all that being said, without further ado, give it up.
We just got some of the best news in sports video games.
When was the last one? Like
2000 games are officially
maybe?
returning. This news came out of nowhere. No one was.
Yeah, and it was off like TikTok, and they posted like I'm probably sure the person across all platforms. It was that one picture. I'm pretty sure
not right now.
Right?
I mean, we're in the middle of college football 26 season. We've got tons of news.
But it's gonna take so long.
Videos that I got to get out later today. I've been grinding other videos for you guys. It's coming out later this week. And then in the middle of all that, EA says, "Hey, guess what? College basketball games are coming back." What is going on? Now I know that I ain't
gonna lie. The world might be coming to an end, bro. I'm sorry. The world gotta be coming to an end. You got World War III look like about to happen. But you know the world about to come to an end, bro. If you got college basketball games coming back, bro, you know something's off. LeBron might get traded, as we heard. Curry's getting old. You know what I'm saying? There's so much stuff my mind's going blank right now. The world's about to end, bro. I'm sorry. Ain't no way. We got college basketball games. GTA is in a year. Who knows if that's ever even going to come out at this point. Dog. The PS6 is about to come out in like 2-3 years. I don't know what the heck's going on in life. But man, NCAA 26, the second NCAA in a row. What the heck is going on? Life is low-key peaking. I'm sorry, bro. Like especially right now in summer, man. Life is at peak, low-key. Peaking right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Cover football games on this channel, but for a game this big and for how passionate I know a lot of my watchers are for college sports, we're gonna have to cover this game going forward.
Facts.
So if you're not a basketball fan, maybe just
I know most of my viewers are like WNBA/NBA people. Now some are maybe gaming, but I know for the most part it is WNBA.
Follow the development of the
NBA
first college basketball game in over 15 years. The reason all these college games initially went away was because EA got sued over their college basketball.
Wait, hold on. I just thought about that. Oh, let me look at this video.
Back in like
I'm
2009. So to see this now finally come full circle and this is now going to be coming back in a few years, it's an amazing story. This is what EA Sports tweeted this morning. They said, "Bring the madness."
Yeah, that's what they did. Bring the madness back.
It's in the game.
Bring the
and
madness.
Everybody's freaking out because while the college football game did really, really good last year, in fact, it was the best-selling sports game of all time, no one was truly sure if they were going to dive into a basketball game just because college basketball is not nearly as popular as college football. But seeing how good the football game did, it's almost a guarantee that the basketball game will do pretty good as well. Maybe not as good, but it's still going to do good.
I am going to rant about something else in a little bit. I just want y'all to be able to watch the video, and I want to watch the video and hear what you
bringing a college basketball game back, but that's really all we had heard. There was nothing too concrete on the situation yet until this morning. Now, I'm really looking forward to this because this is kind of the first time we're going to get true competition between major sports games in many, many years. As you know, when it comes to football, it's just EA. They've got Madden and now college football. There's no other company that makes either. With baseball, it's just MLB The Show. And basketball, for many years, it's just been NBA 2K. This is really going to be the first time that any of the major American...
Bro, since EA Sports is making a basketball game, that means 2K has to step up their game. Even though it's college and it's not the NBA, 2K has to be forced, bro. 2K might actually be better. It might actually start trying. Because EA, I'm pretty sure EA is going to do a good job in making this game. I ain't going to lie. They should have kept making NBA Lives. If EA was making NBA Live basketball games right now, I promise you a whole lot more people are probably going to play that than 2K. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't think that's even a crazy take. That's just the truth. NBA Live was looking fire. It's just the graphics Well, in the time, it was 2K15, 16, 17. You had 20. Well, it wasn't 1 in 20. 19. So 19, 17, 16, 15. Those were 19, kind of besides 19. Those were legit the peak 2Ks. Outside of like maybe 12 and 20. 12 and 20 could be in that list. But those are legit arguably the three best 2K games ever. So NBA Live was still nice, but I ain't gonna lie, they were not better than those games. But they start making them now, oh my gosh. I would be on that, John. But anyway, EA is gonna lock this game in, bro. This college basketball game, and that's gonna make 2K actually have to try because they're not the only basketball game on the market now. So this is W's. I put my trust in EA locking this game in.
Have two different
companies. They ain't gonna mess it up. Now, if it was 2K making this game, I'm not going to lie. I would be highly worried about how bad this game's gonna be. But that's not going to be the case.
NBA, and we'll have EA making college, which is going to be interesting because we just haven't had that in the sports gaming landscape in quite some time. And both sides are clamoring for it. We would all like multiple companies to make games of the same sport.
So it could be calm. So they actually have to try. They don't just run the market.
It's going to be good for just basketball fans in general, for college fans. But, it could be really good for just 2K fans in general because having another basketball game on the market that's going to be getting popularity could push them to do more things in their game. So I think that's great.
I'm saying.
And another thing that's interesting is that this is going to be the first college basketball game that's going to have a lot of things for the first time. Because if you remember back in the day, the last time we had college basketball games or just basketball games in general around that time, they still hadn't fully hit their stride like they did throughout the 2010.
I didn't really play them like that. I was a little I played them a little bit, but I didn't really. I'm not
NCAA basketball 2010 didn't have an online dynasty. College basketball games never had an online dynasty. I don't even think you could create teams in that game. I'm also pretty sure there wasn't a career mode because career modes in basketball games came a bit later than the football games because NBA 2K
this young gonna be gassing.
Was the first time that they started
didn't even have
my career the same year of
or online Dynasty or Molly, whatever it's gonna be called.
Basketball game comes back, it'll be the first one to have online dynasties, a real career mode like a Road to Glory basketball version and things like that.
That's gonna be really fun. Tough. And then you can transfer it to. That's gonna be hard.
To throw in there because we had heard that EA was working on this months ago, that they want to bring more open world stuff to their sports games, and they specifically mentioned their soccer game. They mentioned American football. I would think that they're going to also implement this.
Is there going to be a college park? No. NCAA basketball or whatever the game is going to be called, my park would be diff. I'm not even going to lie. Now, I don't know actually what would the venues be looking like, though. Would it just be like college, like rec gyms, or like, how would that work? Would y'all, it could be heat, low key. I don't know.
Any college basketball game they're playing, just because that's kind of become a staple in NBA 2K. So if you're bringing back in a way a competing basketball game, even though it's college, I think you're going to probably add that as well. Because by 2028, we should have this in games like Madden and college football. They're going to, be putting it there for the career mode type stuff. I do think this could be cool for college and college football because you could have a campus, and the same would be true for a college.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe red campuses or something. I mean, I have no clue.
To be a part of this because we already know it's something that they're heavily invested
in. Or it just the venues have nothing to do with college, like how the venues in 2K have nothing to do with any
we got
NBA
about
teams.
This game today. But really quickly, I want to shout out today's video sponsor, Underdog.
Right.
If you like,
shout out to Underdog.
Sign up.
I've used it. I did
for the
go on like
college
17
football
street
25
losing.
News cycle, then you know who Matt Brown is. He was getting a ton of info over the years leading up to the release of that game, and he brought us a lot of good info along the way that kind of held us over until the game dropped. Well, it looks like he's going to be back in a big way for college basketball because he's already given us a little bit of info on it. He had said a while back that he heard that they were potentially looking into something, but I mean, again, a lot of people heard that. We didn't really know, how true that was. Well, this morning he did mention a few things about this game once the announcement broke. One of those things was that it will not be called NCAA basketball, which I think we kind of expect that. He said the working
EA Sports College Basketball, like EA Sports College Football. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Basketball, which I would pretty much already say, yes, that's going to be the title. They're going to just do the same thing they did with football. Why rock the boat? Keep the branding similar. Yeah. It says the NCAA will participate as a licensing partner, but will not be in the title of the game. So that'll be pretty interesting there. NCAA will still have involvement involvement with the game. Another thing that he broke was that the game is going to include women's basketball programs, so this would be a standalone title with both men and women's college basketball teams and players, which does make sense because...
Bro, do you know how much teams are going to be in this college basketball game? They're doing men's and women's. See, football, there's a lot of schools, but in basketball, there is legit so much. I'm assuming at least in D1 has to be. I'm just going off straight men. I'm pretty sure men's and girls have the same amount, right? But going off the D1, it has to be like at least 200, 300, or 400. I don't know. I just know it's something a lot. And there's some schools who legit have a basketball team, but they don't even have a football team, or all of them super low major D1s. I think, is that what it's called? Low major D1s or whatever that's called. All them kind of teams in there, bro. EA's actually putting work in for putting girls. Shout out to EA for putting girls in there because they could have easily smooth slid and used the men's. Now, are a lot of people going to use the girls? I mean, depending on the time frame, they low-key would. Like, if it was Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and all that, I'm not saying a lot of people are going to be playing girls, but some people will be using them. I ain't going to lie. But shout out EA for doing that, though.
Last time NBA Live was around was Live 18 and 19. They were the first game to include WNBA teams inside their men's basketball game, and then since then 2K has followed suit and they include the WNBA inside of NBA 2K as well. So this kind of makes sense. EA was the first to do something like that, so why wouldn't they do it with college basketball? And honestly, nowadays women's college basketball is really popular.
Isn't it more popular than WNBA?
I think, when they had Caitlin Clark.
Well, I don't know about now because Caitlin, but
they were getting a lot of viewers. But women's college basketball has grown in popularity quite a bit, so it makes sense to include them in the game. And when you also factor in that, unlike college football, basketball teams have much smaller rosters, so it doesn't really make sense for them not to include the women because the number.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that though. Even though college basketball does have a lot more teams, they have a lot less players.
It's still something they can work with. Now, it's also been said that this game is not expected to be out until 2028, which, again, that's about the working time that they had to get college football.
Bro,
it took them about 3.5 years. And remember, they had a jumping-off point with the Madden game. I don't really think they have a jumping-off point.
Hopefully, I'm still doing YouTube. Lord willing. You know what I'm saying? Your boy going crazy. Hopefully, though. Hopefully.
Unless they can still kind of piggyback maybe a little bit off of what they did with NBA Live 19. But that's so many years ago, I feel like you would maybe want to start completely fresh. Maybe they don't have to go all the way down to ground zero.
It wouldn't be bad, though. NBA Live 19 was kind of smooth.
I ain't gonna lie. Than they had with Madden, for example. So maybe they've already been working on it for just a little bit. Maybe they started a few months ago. But 2028 is when we can expect this. So... We know from dealing with college football the first time around, these things.
In my mind, it's not even coming out at that point.
Especially if you want it done right.
Man.
And we saw that, that wound up paying off for College Football 25. We got a pretty good game, but even with all the time they had to work on it, there were still a number of things that weren't there that we still wanted. There were still a number of things that didn't work perfectly. So it's just when you're trying to make a sports game and add a lot of depth and add all that atmosphere and stuff from college, all the little things, it does take a lot of time because there's so many different programs. So we know that it's going to take time, but we're excited now to have this back. As soon as we get any more news on this, I'm going to make videos on it. But we got to get back into the college football season.
Hey, man. College basketball coming back. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. I'm pretty sure we're all excited for 2028, man. That is a long time. But college football, it comes out in, 8 days? We will be locking in on that. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all stay tuned. But if you did see us on to the end of the video, please subscribe to the channel, man. If you do want to become a member of the channel, please go ahead. But with all that being said, without further ado, I'm going to see young boys in the next one. To have a blessed day in Jesus' name, man. Yeah. No, wait, hold on. It's not even working. Yeah.